Hello everyone. Let's try and understand hallucinations in AI, specifically large language models, with the help of two magnets. I have with me two bar magnets, and the dot on the magnets, they represent the north pole. And as we all know, the north pole of a bar magnet attracts the south pole, right? Now, what do these magnets represent in AI? By AI, what we are referring to is a piece of software code that implements some level of intelligence, right, in functionality. Now, the bar magnet on my right hand side refers to a property of the program that is intrinsic to the program itself. The property is the nature of the algorithm, right? So broadly, there can be two ways that the developer can implement the logic. There can be, the logic can be codified as a set of rules, or there can be a bit of randomness into that code, introduced into that code itself, right? So these are the two broad natures of the algorithm. Either it can be rules based, or it can be there can be a bit of randomness in it. Now, similar to that, the magnet on my left hand side, it represents two things, right? It represents a property that is extrinsic to the code. The property is that how is the application perceived by the end user, right? So that's the extrinsic property that we're talking about. Here again, we have two possibilities. The behavior of the code can be perceived to be predictable by the end user, or the end user can be surprised by the behavior of the system, right? So these are the two broad possibilities in how the piece of AI code can be perceived by the end user. Now with these two, let's see the possibilities of applications that we can build. So this space refers to the application space, and let's see what a rules-based application can offer. Now, naturally, a rules-based system will attract predictable behavior, right? So the end user will find the application to be predictable, and that is one such possibility. Now, obviously, a rules-based system cannot surprise the user, because it is a deterministic program that the programmer has written, and there's going to be, over a period of time, the end user will find it predictable. So, if you try to build that element, or if you try to perceive an element of surprise, it will obviously not go well with a rules-based system. You have to bring in an element of randomness into the code itself, and that's how we can build. You can actually surprise the end user. Until you bring in an element of randomness in the code, you cannot surprise the user. Now, if you recall, now if you might see, the moment you bring in randomness, you have taken the predictability out of the system. When you bring that back, it will obviously not go well, and this is when you find the system to hallucinate, right? So in essence, when you find a system to hallucinate, it's because you are trying to perceive predictability in a system that is meant to surprise you, right? I hope this gets a point across.